The reverse beer parking exercise is normally done at the start of the test or the end of the test. You will have to be good at this one because picture this scenario. Imagine doing this at the start of the test and you mess it up and fail straight away. I bet that's painful. Or driving around the route like a professional and then coming to the end of the test and having to do your beer park and you mess it up right at the end. So make sure you're good at this manoeuvre. Beginning of the test, the examiner would say, would you pull forward either to the left or the right so that your wheels are straight, then reverse into a convenient parking bay. Finish within one of the bays. End of the test, the examiner would say, I should like you to reverse park in the car park, drive forward into the car park, then reverse into a convenient parking bay. Finish within one of the bays. Make sure that you have plan B. If you mess it up, then you need to know how to correct it. I will show you at the end of the video how to correct this manoeuvre. Pupils can fail this manoeuvre because they leave the car over the white lines, they do not reverse far enough back into the bay, they do not stop when anybody comes towards them as a pedestrian or another car. So you've got to keep looking all around the car and move the car very slowly. Big tip here, if Mr. Driving Examiner says to you, are you finished? Then he is throwing you a lifeline. What he's saying is it's not quite right, so you need to fix the manoeuvre. Let's get the show on the road and I'm going to show you how to bay park on the left hand side and also on the right hand side. It's a step-by-step guide. Step number 1. Pull up next to the bays and parallel. Do not pull up 2 to 3 feet away from the bay. Pull up about 6 inches from the edge of the bays. Step number 2. Make sure you are down the middle of the bay. Step number 3. Look all round the car. Drive the car slowly forward while steering briskly at the same time. Once you reach the edge of the bays, put the clutch down, straighten the wheel and gently brake to a stop. Step number 4, we need to select reverse gear, then look all around the car. Then we need to pay special attention to the left-hand door mirror. The left-hand door mirror is going to tell us how much steering we need to put on. If you see this picture in the door mirror where the door handle is on the white line, you do not steer. You reverse the car back till the door handle goes past the white line and then you start with a half a turn on the wheel to the left. If the picture looks like this in the door mirror, that means there is a small gap between the white line and the door handle, so you start with a half a turn straight away. If you see a gap like this in the door mirror where the door handle to the white line is a big gap, then you start with a full turn on the wheel to the left as soon as you start moving. The other option is just to try and guide it in. Remember, the golden rule is to make adjustments as and when required. If you feel the car is going away from the white line, put a quarter turn on to the left. If you think it's a big gap, then put a half a turn on to the left. As you start reversing, keep looking round the car. Keep looking over your left shoulder, your right shoulder, your mirrors and through the back window. When your car is parallel to the white lines, it's nice and straight in the bay, do not forget to straighten the wheel. Then you look over your right shoulder and look at the curb so you know where to stop. Reversing into a bay on the right hand side. Check your mirrors and go over to the right hand side of the road and keep close and parallel to the edge of the bays. Make sure you are down the middle of the bay. Look all round the car. If safe to, stay briskly to the left while moving very slowly. Once you get to the edge of the bays, put your clutch down, straighten the wheel and gently brake to a stop. Select reverse gear, look all round the car, then look in the right door mirror. If the gap between the white line and the door handle is small, start with a half a turn. If the gap between the door handle and the white line is big, start with a full turn. If the door handle is on top of the white line, reverse the car back until you have a small gap, then put a half a turn on, then make adjustments as required. When you are parallel to the white line, straighten your wheel up and then look over your right shoulder to see how far away you are from the curb. If you find yourself over the white line on the passenger side, then you need to drive slowly forward, steer to the right, take your car into the middle of the bay, then steer back to the left to straighten your wheel up. Then reverse the car back in between the white lines. You will only pick up a minor error for this. If you find yourself over the passenger side white line, drive the car slowly forwards, turn the wheel to the left, say a half a turn. When it goes in the middle of the bay, steer back to the right and then straighten your vehicle up. Select reverse gear, make all round checks again and then just reverse it back into the bay between the two white lines. If you're still not 100% sure when you've stopped, apply the parking brake, select neutral, then you can open your door to have a look to see if you're in the white lines.